I love how the faction that had the most public order issues was not the Western Roman Empire, which was meant to have the issues. No, it's the Berbers. Two settlements have risen up again, and yeah, that's unfortunate for them. Welcome to part 5 of this Barbarian Invasion AI-only Total War campaign, where I'm just spectating as the AI does whatever stupid moves the AI does. In the last episode we saw the rise of 3 main empires: the Berbers, the Eastern Roman Empire, and the Sassanids. And of course I guess the Saxons, yeah, kind of. And hopefully in this episode we should see some of these factions go to war, and hopefully see a bit of a clear dominant power start to emerge. Or maybe not. No, maybe not. Who knows what could happen. It's the AI. They're so unreliable. But anyway, let's at least try and find out. Oh, come on, Berbers. This is getting ridiculous now. Right, we've got a ceasefire with Eastern Rome, so I guess that's some form of a start to helping them out. The Huns have gone to war with the Eastern Roman Empire and have put Ravenna under siege. Imagine if Rome is the new homeland of the Huns. Yeah, that would be interesting. So yeah, will they find a new homeland, or will they just raid all this valuable territory here? And it seems like the Berbers trying to get into southern Italy here. Will they be able to do it? This could be a massive hit for the Eastern Roman Empire. And yes, the Berbers took Tarentum. Now, Eastern Rome, they've got troops around that can help this situation. But of course they've got to deal with the Huns as well, who are now just outside of Rome. And then looking over here, the Saxons have taken Avancium. And yeah, they're now at war with the Eastern Roman Empire. Eastern Rome, not looking good. They've got the Huns, the Berbers, they've got the Roxolani and the Vandals in their territory, and now the Saxons coming in as well. And then all the way on the other side of the map, they've got the Sassanids to deal with. Not good for them. That's not good at all. Come on, Eastern Rome. Hold out. They did it. The Huns. They've found a new homeland in Ravenna. Now, they don't have that many troops, so I can imagine Eastern Rome definitely taking it back very soon. But still, you know, once they do destroy these Huns, they'll just become a horde faction again with all these armies. So either way, this is not going to be good for Eastern Rome. But Rome might get cut off if they lose Mediolanum as well. Yeesh. Not good. Alright, they're making some moves up here, which is good, but the rest of it looks like a disaster right now, this part. And there they did it. They've got a lot of armies around in Italy, which is good for them. They took Ravenna back, but of course now they've got the Huns to deal with again. And the Huns will have more troops, I'm guessing. Yeah, they've sort of spawned all around. And then, right, they've still got Ravenna under siege, but they managed to take some territory from the Saxons. And it looks like the Celts might follow up and do the same. The Goths took back this settlement here, now Eastern Rome is going for it, and Campus Lombardy. Well done to the Sassanids for taking that. They're getting really far into Europe. Out of all the factions to take this settlement, would never have expected it to be the Sassanid Empire, but no, they managed to do it all the way around here. They managed it. Such a stupid AI. When I first saw this episode start, the first few minutes, I thought this episode's theme was going to be the death of the Eastern Roman Empire. But it suddenly has become the death of the Saxons. They've now lost these 2 settlements here, they've lost another one here. Yeah, it's really not looking good. They've lost 3 settlements so far, I believe. 3 settlements. Which is almost half of their entire nation. And Eastern Rome, they had a few bad hits, but overall they've managed to hold out. They lost Tarentum, but everywhere else, they've held out mostly. Unless, no, Roxolani pulled out. And the Sassanids had a bit of a rebellion. Wait, no, my bad. It was not the Berbers who took Tarentum. It was the Slavs. I thought it was the Berbers, but no. Okay. So it's they who settled their new homeland down here. Coming from all the way up here in these trees, They settled Tarentum. This AI is funny. Rome has fallen. And we've got Syracuse under siege as well. Well done to the Slavs. I did not notice this at all. I didn't think the Slavs would have the troops to actually march up and take Rome, so I paid no attention at all, and then all of a sudden it fell. And Eastern Rome up here, they've taken another settlement that belonged to the Saxons. They're now down to their final 3, and it looks like they're just going to continue losing even more territory to different factions. Meanwhile, Eastern Rome making a push onto the Berbers to try and get a foothold in Spain. Will they be able to do it? And they did it. They got a foothold in Spain at the north here. So where the Eastern Roman Empire gains land, they lose land on the other side of the map. If only it was gains all round, then there would be a very powerful faction, but sadly not for them. And it seems like the Sassanid Empire here is trying to take Burgundy and Marcomanni here, which would destroy the Lombards. Unless, of course, they become a Horde faction. I think Lombards do. Or maybe like the Alemanni and just get destroyed. I'm sure they become a Horde faction, the Lombards. But I think we'll be finding out soon either way. And well done to the Slavs for taking Sicily. So they've built their own nice little empire down there. Well done to the Sassanids who have taken Burgundy. Which leaves, oh my poor Burgundy, the faction that I thought would win, down to only one settlement. Rip Burgundy. Oh, and for the Saxons as well, another faction that I was liking, down to the final 2 settlements now, as the Eastern Roman Empire charges ahead. Oh, but they've got Rome under siege. Yeah, if the Eastern Roman Empire can reclaim their territory in Italy, then they're definitely going to become the major power in this campaign. Captured and wiped. Nope, not wiped. They have become a horde, but have spawned down here instead. So they're not dead. The Lombards are still alive, and now my guess is they're going to head for Eastern Roman territory. And there's quite a lot of open land here. Rome has been reclaimed by the Eastern Roman Empire. Good job to them for that. Where are the Lombards? So they are putting this settlement here under siege, and the Goths are around as well. Yeah, right now Eastern Rome, they've got a lot of nomadic tribes in their territory, causing a lot of issues. But they're still being able to expand, which is a good sign for them. The Vandals are back, and all of a sudden the Eastern Roman Empire put the Vandals under siege. So I don't know how long they're going to last, but they're no longer a Horde faction, so if they do lose this settlement, then they become a Horde faction again, and gain all those armies all over again. That's the annoying thing about Barbarian Invasion. If they take one settlement and settle, then you can't really destroy them. It's just a repeated process over and over again. You've got to stop them from capturing settlements, and sadly the AI not too smart at doing that. Well, there's something I did not expect. First of all, they took that back, but that's of course expected. And the Vandals, yep, respawned, massive army, same again. But the Sarmatians, down here in Spain, well done to Sarmatia there, for being able to settle some new territory in Spain, which they took from the Berbers, and it looks like the Roxolani are going to give it a go as well. But this is the final troops of the Roxolani, so they could get destroyed any second now. And there go the Saxons. They've lost Vicus Saxons there, and now they've got the final settlement. And if Eastern Rome don't take it, then it looks like the Sassanids will definitely swoop in and take that off their hands. And the Saxons don't become a Horde faction as well, so that's another easy faction out of the way with for Eastern Rome. And yes, there it goes. It's gone. The Saxons are wiped out. Faction destroyed. Oh, Roxolani, you idiots. They actually managed to take Carthago Nova. And what do? They sack it. They should have occupied it, and now What? They've got one general left, their faction leader, and they didn't even occupy. Yes, of course the Berbers will swoop in and probably destroy them, but what happens then is they respawn with a new horde. They'll have lots of spare armies. That's just stupid of them. That's so stupid. Oh, this dumb AI. And yeah, now they're down there. And the Berbers, I'll just take it back again. They're never going to get a chance like that again, I don't think. Maybe against the Sarmatians. But I doubt it. All they have to do is recruit some troops and... yeah, for Roxolani, I can't see them doing really anything anymore. I think they're done. The Berbers right now, they're just a mess. Even more territory has fallen to rebellion. And it's just like that. They have a rebellion, they lose land, then we've got to send troops to deal with it, and then they lose it again. And that's the main problem for the Berbers. That's what slowed them down. By the way, if you can hear any burping or stomach moaning during this video, it's because I've eaten too much. I've just finished my food, and yeah, I had to rush into this video to get it out today. So if you can hear any like stomach rumbling or some moaning or stuff like that, you know what it is. I've eaten too much mashed potato. The Eastern Roman Empire have knocked the Celts off of mainland Europe. Well, they've still got troops there, but they've taken all their settlements at least. And oh, it looks like the Sassanids are going to destroy the Franks, or at least try to. But there's this big army here that could help them out. Oh, but is this... this is 2 Sassanid armies. Yeah, there's another one behind. Ooh. Okay, maybe not then. This could be the end of the Franks. And a nice fortress placement here by the Sassanid Empire. I do like that. Oh, they took Burgundy. Oh, Burgundy's now a Horde faction. I didn't notice that. Oh well. It was sad to see, but... oh well. And there we go, they're gone. The Franks, just like that. Where did they respawn? Because they do become a Horde faction. And obviously, they respawned in Eastern Roman territory. So, big play by the Sassanid Empire there. They managed to take land, and they also got a new horde to spawn in Italy. Smart play by them there. Ooh, I'm looking at the map now, and I've just realised how close Eastern Rome is to unifying the Roman Empire. Now, they've still got some Mediterranean islands to take, and a bit of North Africa, but everywhere else, and of course Britain. But apart from these separate islands and North Africa, they're pretty much there. They've united the Roman Empire. Well done to them, well done. And the Sassanids here, they have reunited the Soviet Union and the Sassanid Empire at the same time. Yeah, this is a super weird empire. I don't know what the Sassanids are doing, but somehow they've managed this weird shape. Sassanids Invictus Frank. Yeah, Sassanids Invictus Frank before they even get Jerusalem. Oh, it's so weird. The Huns have been defeated. They were wiped out. Sadly, the audio cut off, so you didn't get to see it, but they did get wiped out. The final army was defeated somewhere down here, just outside of Tarentum. I don't know if they died by battle or by regicide. I don't know exactly. Maybe the last leader that died of old age and it was just regicide. I don't know, it was kind of weird. And of course, the Eastern Roman Empire has taken Corduba there as well. And sadly, I think that's going to have to be it. We've had another crash. I get these a lot in time lapses, and it's just how it is at times. I don't know what the problem is, but yeah, I've gotten 3 crashes almost every turn now, and that's usually a sign that something's gone wrong. I don't know what it could possibly have been, but you know, playing the campaign this far into it, doing an AI only playing as rebels, does usually mess stuff up. I'll show you the crash at the end as well. But yeah, we do have a winner, of course, for Eastern Roman Empire over well done to the Sassanids. I'm sorry about this. This is, of course, not how I wanted the series to go, but yeah, and I'll click end turn like 1 or 2 more times. just to see, but it's probably going to crash a 4th time, so I'm just going to assume that it's done. You can see here, I'll just quickly scroll through the diplomacy. Oops. And yeah, there you go. All those factions we're at war with. Just gone to war with Sassanids as well. They've been at peace for most of the game. Well, for most of the mid-game, and they've only just gone to war. Maybe that could have caused some bug that didn't work, I don't know. I don't know what it could have been. And of course we've got the stats here. Of course we've done like 200, 300 turns into it. Yeah, 320 turns through, so that's not that bad. That's the length of my usual AI only campaigns. I was wanting to go another 100 or 150 turns, another 2 episodes I think, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen if it's going to keep on crashing. So I'll put the 2 winners in. I'll throw the Western Roman Empire in there as well, just because, you know, they started out so strong. Overall, Eastern Rome clearly won. You can see the military there, yeah, they're just dominant. Nothing's going to stop them. For the most part, as I said, apart from small islands, they have reunited the Roman Empire. Apart from a few small islands, you know, Britain counts as a small island, I guess. And yeah, they still need a bit of territory in North Africa, but I would say it's close enough. And Antioch, of course. Is it Antioch? Yeah, Antioch. Production, yeah, they just stormed ahead at that point. Territory, so yeah, at the end we have the Eastern Roman Empire with 43 settlements, and the Sassanid Empire with, I'll say 19, and of course the Western Roman Empire was destroyed. Finances and population. So, hope you've enjoyed this series. Again, I'm sorry with how it ended. This just happens all the time with Total War stuff. Doing time lapses, as you can imagine, is a nightmare doing this. But of course I don't do the time lapses anymore, because the main reason actually probably was because the crashes got to me, but also less people watch them as they used to. So yeah, I've talked about that before. I don't need to go into it again. Let's just, for the sake of it, click end turn. Let's see if it will crash. Yeah, there we go. It's gone. So I don't really know what's appearing on your screen right now. It could be red alert symbols, or it could be just black screen. But either way, I do hope you've enjoyed. Hope to see you in my next series, whatever it is. There's more spectating series to come for mods. There's also hot seats coming as well. So just because this is the last AI campaign released by CA to get an AI only version of, that doesn't mean I'm done with AI onlys altogether. There's still mods, and there's still of course hot seats that can spectate. Please do subscribe if you've enjoyed this series. Again, I'm sorry how it ended. I've tried to fix it, but at this point I'm not making any progress. Goodbye.